educational purposes only, man. Trying to learn some shit myself,
The following presentation is for educational purposes only. All of the symbols, trading ideas, and live trading are for demonstrational purposes and are not recommendations or trading advice. Past performance may not be indicative of future results. All of the information and opinions expressed by third-party guests are their own and are not necessarily those of Ninja Trader LLC. Trading futures involve substantial risk and may not be suitable for everyone, and trading futures can result in losses greater than the initial required margin. Traders should only trade futures with risk capital. Risk capital is money that you can afford to lose without jeopardizing your financial security or current lifestyle. You can find additional disclosure information on the Ninja Trader website.
And welcome back to Ninja Trader Live. I'll be your host for this segment. My name is Tom Schneider, CMT with Ninja Trader, and this segment is called Technical Analysis Explained, where we take a look at a concept or a study and do a little bit of a deeper dive so you can understand why, what drives the concept, what drives the indicator, and why it might be useful in your trading. Today we're going to be talking about technical patterns. So it's not really an indicator that you can find on NinjaTrader. It is something that you can observe, and with some tools you can identify them yourself. But I want to go through some of these common indicators because it's easier to see them than I think to understand why they work. So we talk about head and shoulders. We talk about cup and handle. Those are easy in our minds to envision, right? Because they have very real world implications. Double top, triple top, the same thing. We understand those concepts, but what's going on behind those? So let's start with the double top or the double bottom. And that's about the simplest pattern that we can look at. And I've tried to identify some charts that have these examples. They're not always easy to find. You're not going to find them all the time. But when you find them, you just want to know what's being anticipated. So let's talk about the double bottom in this case. So the double bottom is a pattern where it suggests exactly that, a double bottom.
Low key, what's up?
Where the market that I'm looking at in this case, October crude, tests an area and gets supported, right? Buyers come in and sellers are no longer willing to sell at that price. Buyers are willing to buy at that price and push the market up. So let's take a look at this double bottom pattern. So here we have a downtrend in crude, and you can see the first area of support right here. This happened the beginning of August, earlier this month. And the market rebounded. And how much did it rebound? Well, it rebounded. It went from 71.35 to almost 79. That's over 10% move, and that's good. Like in the double bottom pattern, we want to see a rebound of, let's say, 10% to be a good pattern. When we talk about good pattern, we're talking about predictability.
Let me get some of them daily highs.
And nothing is 100%. We should always remember that past performance does not indicate future results, but there are probabilities associated with his patterns. So when we see a bottom form, support formed, and then a reversal, if that reversal is somewhat substantial, in this case it's a 10% increase, and then an abrupt turnaround, I'm waiting for this area to be tested. This is a target. This becomes a target. And when we get there and we turn around again, okay, that to me is the double bottom. Now, what does it imply? Let's take a look. First of all, you can use a horizontal line to identify it. Okay, you could use, Jim likes to look at ellipses. So you could say, here's the first support area. Here's the second support area. Okay, whatever it is you want to use to identify them. But what's really happening here? In a double bottom, the double bottom is acting as support. It is a reassurance that the market is not going to trend down further from these points. Now, these bottoms don't have to be at the same place. They can be within this about 5% actually. So this is kind of a little bit of leeway, right? I like to see more of a horizontal line marking that area. It doesn't have to be there. It could be the lowest body, wherever you want to do, wherever you want to put that horizontal line. But it's okay to have these wicks kind of hanging off of it, because I know that that's not 5% of this price. 71 and a half, 5% of that is 360. I know that this distance is not a $3.60 move, so I'm pretty good with these bottoms being within margin of error, let's say. So now what I'm concerned about is, where did it retrace to? I'm going to put a horizontal line here. And a double bottom pattern has a couple of features. One is we enter from the top.
All right, so what's up? So the issue that I'm having is, right, when I go to find, okay, for instance, this is the learning section. So basically, if you're new to day trading or you just want to see what it's about, how you check it out, the instructions that they give you are not, how should I say it, dummified? Because obviously, if you've never been day trading, you don't know what the fuck you even talking about right now. So, we need to go to somebody or find someone on the internet who's speaking layman terms. You hear me? Like something that a guy like myself, or, not saying I'm a dummy or nothing like that. But what I am saying is, I need to find someone who I can relate to, that it explain this the way I need to hear it. Because this is all making sense as far as from what I see, because I'm an actual visual learner. So as far as what I see, I understand it, right? But as far as the way he's explaining it, he threw me off somewhere down the road. So what I'm about to do is, hold on, we're going to go find this. We're going to go find somebody who can give me a little bit better layman terms on who and how. Let's see something right quick. All right, right quick. Shit. Let's see. Day trade for dummies. I mean, not calling myself dumb, but you feel me, like for dumb. At the end of the day, I don't know how to do it. So, I mean, okay, how to day trade for beginners, how to day trade. I'm going to say for dummies, because it's going to be one black dude. He going to come on there. He going to be like, look, this the way you do this the way you do that, this the way you do this the way you do that. And then, you feel me, I can go for next steps on, okay, so that's what that is. Yeah. So, we're going to figure this out right quick. How to day trade for dummies. DIMES. Day trade for dummies. Should I have put on what software? How to start day trading for beginners. I need a black guy. Not this, and it's not to be racist, but they're the only ones to me that explain it so that you can really grasp what you seeing. Like Slim right here, he know his shit though. But
hey, would you like your very own Shopify store? We're literally completely free, by the way. We are live streaming right now. If you click the link that you see below this, we are live streaming.
15 minute. If we go down to the 5 minute, we can see exactly.
All right, hold up. We'll take it back.
For an elf, the holidays are stressful, but Verizon's got a bonkers deal on the new Samsung Galaxy S25. Get Gemini, when's our next train coming?
On right Ninja Traders. I should put on Ninja Traders. On.
Gemini, where am I?
You're in a blender.
Time for elf care. Gemini, find me a massage, please. Oh, that was fast.
Get Samsung Galaxy S25 with Gemini and watch and tap.
Here we go. A complete Ninja tutorial in 6 minutes. Yo, come on, give me some height. That's not on NinjaTrader though. You're not using NinjaTrader, I don't believe. Three ways to place a trade on NinjaTrader to make 11 trading futures 5 days a week. Day trading for beginners, my complete beginning course.
3:55. If we go to the 1 minute. By the end of this video, you're going to know everything that you need to know on how to become a day trader as a complete beginner. This full course will be packed with more value than everybody puts inside of their courses and sells to people for hundreds and sometimes even thousands of dollars. I'm going to take you all.
And that's a fact. I know a dude who was trying to charge me for a month. 1 month was like $1,000. Like, he's spanking and people paying that shit. You hear me? So I'm like, damn, that nigga was charging $1,000. I'm thinking he was saying for the whole course. It was like $3,000. He charging $1,000 per month to learn this.
For over $1 million. I bought my wife her dream car. I have financial freedom. I can buy literally whatever the heck I want to, whenever I want to. I can live wherever I want to because I now have time freedom and location freedom.
So that I'm trying to get on jet.
I'm able to not just take care of myself and give myself the life I never thought possible, but I'm also able to do that for my friends and family as well. Over the past 7 years, I've been able to consistently make multiple 6 figures every single month day trading, and that's why I truly believe that everyone should learn how to day trade, and that's the main reason why I'm making this entire course completely for free, because I feel like you and every other person watching this video deserves to learn this skill that can not just set you free, but set your entire family free to live your dream life. In this video, I'm going to deep dive into every single thing that I know about trading and everything that you're going to need to know about trading to be able to start consistently making money day trading. And at the same time, I'm going to keep it as informational and as educational as possible, because I remember when I was first starting learning how to day trade, everybody was making it super complicated. And over the past 7 years and being able to help thousands of people learn how to day trade, I've been able to package it in a way that's extremely able to trade every single day. A lot of people think I sit on the charts and look at it for 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 hours a day, when in reality, I'm probably looking at the charts maybe 30 minutes every single day. And I try and help everybody get to that same point. We don't want to be sitting in front of the charts every single day. We want to be able to trade in the morning, make our couple hundred, couple $1,000s, go live our life, enjoy our life with our family, go do the things that we love to do. So that's why, realistically, you don't need much once you learn the skill. Now, obviously, trying to learn the skill is going to take a lot more time than just 30 minutes a day. But once you get it and get all the education, realistically, you don't need to trade long at all. How long until you can start making money? That's a great question, and it really depends on how much work you put in and how disciplined you are. I've had people that have started making money consistently within a month of learning this. And I've also had people where it's taken 8, 9, 10, even 12 months to start consistently making money in this. It really comes down to how much work you put in and how disciplined you are when it comes to this trading game. Now, what kind of equipment will you need? A lot of people think you need a super fancy computer. They think you need a $10,000 computer, gaming computers, whatever. They think some crazy things, when in reality, you can use a regular old laptop. As long as it has Wi-Fi and it turns on, you can trade with it. You can even use your phone. You can use an iPad. And I don't suggest you using your phone, especially in the beginning, because it's hard to learn and understand the charts on such a small screen. But you technically could. You don't need any crazy equipment at all. I guarantee you, if you have a laptop that has Wi-Fi and it turns on, you can start trading. Can day trading be your main source of income? 100%. I make multiple 6 figures every single month from day trading, and I technically could have it as my main source of income. The only thing that stops me from doing that is because of the fact that I only trade for 30 minutes a day. So I kind of want other things to do throughout the day, so I end up getting into other investments, I end up starting other businesses, I start doing other things to make me even more money, because day trading makes me a good amount of money in such a short amount of time. I have so much more day to go. So let's get into the fun stuff here. There are multiple different types of industries that you can day trade in. We have the futures market, we have the Forex market, we have the crypto market, we have the stock market, we have the options market. There are so many different things that you can trade, but those are the top 5 ones that most people end up trading. Now keep in mind, I mainly trade futures and Forex. I also trade a little bit of crypto, but for this video, I'm going to really break down futures and Forex trading. But keep in mind, everything I go over in this video is universal to every single thing, every single industry that I just mentioned, whether it's futures, Forex, stocks, options, crypto. What I talk about in this video can be applied to every single one of them. Once you learn this skill, you can end up making money in every single environment of trading. Like I started off in the Forex market and the crypto market. And since I already knew how to trade in the Forex and the crypto market, I was easily able to transfer over into trading futures and also trading options. Now, keep in mind, stocks is a little bit different. You need a lot more money to day trade it because remember, day trading, we're getting in and out basically every single day. We're not holding this for years and months and things like that. But Forex, futures, and crypto and options trading, you don't need as much money and you can get in and out of these pretty fast during the day. It's also important that you figure out what type of trader you are. There are 3 different types of traders. There are swing traders, there are scalpers, and there are intraday traders. And basically the difference between all those is really just how long you're in each trade. Us as day traders, most of the time, like I said, we're not holding these trades for weeks and months and years and things like that. We're kind of in and out in a shorter amount of time. So scalpers are in and out of trades the most. They are probably in trades for a couple seconds to like 5-10 minutes max. That's what a scalper is. Someone that just likes to be in and out of trades very fast. They end up taking actually more trades throughout the day versus someone that's an intraday trader. An intraday trader will hold trades anywhere between 15 minutes to 2 hours. They're usually holding trades a little bit longer, but they're not holding them past a whole day. They're most of the time going to be in and out of them within 10, 15, 30 minutes, all the way up to, like I said, 2-3 hours. That's what an intraday trader is. Now, a swing trader is someone who would hold trades for hours, sometimes even days. But most of the time, they're holding these trades for a couple of hours minimum or a couple of days. So you need to figure out with your personality if you would be a better fit as a scalper, an intraday trader, or a swing trader. Keep in mind all the strategies and all the information I go over inside of this video can apply to all of them. You would just have to change the time frames and the way that you're trading it, but you can use the same price action and the same knowledge, but understand what type of trader you are based off of your personality and your trading goals. Okay, so getting into trading itself, you're gonna hear me use the word pairs, you're gonna hear me use the word instrument, and this is basically just means the asset that we're trading, the thing that we are actually trading itself. I'm gonna give you guys the top 5 most popular ones. I'm also gonna give you guys my favorite ones in both the Forex side and the future side, so you guys can kind of understand exactly what we're looking at, and so you guys have some examples of things you might want to go and start researching and start looking at, maybe practicing on. Okay, so here on the future side, if you guys can see, we have the top 5 really most popularly traded ones. I'm not gonna lie, natural gas is not a top 5 popular one, but it's one of my favorite ones to trade, so I put this in there. But basically, we're able to trade the futures S&P 500, the ticker symbol is ES, and basically all ticker symbol means it's just the shorter version of the asset or the instrument or the pair that we are trading. When we're going and trying to find these pairs and trying to find these instruments on the different platforms that we'll go over later on inside this video, you could just, instead of typing out E-mini S&P 500, you could just type in these ticker symbols and it's a lot faster and a lot easier. But the top ones are ES, which is the S&P 500. We have NQ, which is the NASDAQ or NAS 100. We also have YM, which is the Dow Jones. We also have gold, which is the ticker symbol for that is GC. And we also have natural gas futures. The ticker symbol for that is NG. Now keep in mind, these 3 top ones are the top 3 traded ones really in the futures market for the most part, the S&P 500 being the most traded one. It's a good starter one to start practicing on, the S&P 500, if you do want to get into futures trading. But a lot of people like trading gold as well, and I absolutely love trading natural gas. My top 2 favorite ones realistically is going to be NQ and NG. NG is also a great one to start with if you are a beginner because it moves very slow. So if you're a new trader or you're just learning it, you don't want to kind of get psyched out and confused and kind of thrown all over the place because NQ, YM, and ES can all move pretty fast if you're not used to it. Now, on the Forex side, so Forex is always going to be currency pairs. So it's going to be Euro USD, which basically just means the Euro dollar versus the US dollar. Same thing with GBP JPY. It's going to be the Great British Pound versus the US dollar. And it's the price discrepancy between each and every pair that you see here. So we have Euro USD, which is going to be the most traded one. We have GBP USD as well. We have GBP JPY. We have USD JPY. And we have USD CAD. Now keep in mind, I put 3 down here as well. These 3 are basically the same as these 3 up here. NAS 100 is the same as NQ. It's just the Forex version of NQ. We also have SPX 100 or S&P 500, which is the same as ES on the future side. Then we also have US 30, which is the same as YM on futures. So just keep that in mind. Now my top 3 favorite ones when it comes to trading Forex pairs and Forex currencies is going to be GBP USD, GBP JPY, and USD CAD. A great one to start off with if you are a beginner though, just to get used to it, is Euro USD because it moves a little bit smoother and a little bit slower than all these other ones. So if you're a new trader, it's really cool to start. It would be pretty smart to start on Euro USD just due to the fact that this is a nice pair for beginners. It's smooth and it's slow. Now I went over the top 5 in the Forex and the futures market, but keep in mind there are so many things that you can trade when it comes to futures and Forex. Honestly, you could trade futures corn. Like you could trade the price of corn, you could trade the price of livestock, you could trade, it's a crazy amount of things that you can trade, but you shouldn't get too confused with everything that you can trade. It's cool if you start off with the ones that I recommended, because like I said, they're gonna be a little bit more beginner friendly versus you trying to guess the price of freaking wheat and corn and things like that on your charts. So keep in mind there's so many things that you can trade, but try and not get caught with that gold flashy syndrome where you keep chasing every single thing that you see. But just try and focus on one thing max so that you can just get used to trading and used to reading charts. So now that you guys know the most popular pairs, whether it comes to Forex or futures, you have to be aware of the fact that certain pairs or instruments will move more at certain times of the day. And that's because of these things called trading sessions. So the market is really moved by these huge bankers and these huge funds that are actually buying a lot of things and selling a lot of things. That's why you see prices of stocks or cryptos going up or down. It's not us, it's not you with $200 or somebody with even $1 million buying or selling something that's not making the price move. It's people that are buying hundreds of millions of dollars worth of these things that's making price go up or down. And the reason why that's important is because at certain times of the day, these people are working. These people are actually looking for setups. And it's important to understand their trading sessions and trading sessions overall so that you can know when you should be trading certain things and when you should not be trading certain things. Because like I said, at certain times of the day, let's say, for example, NQ will move a lot more than at the middle of the night. It won't move a lot. So maybe you shouldn't trade it when it's not moving a lot. Maybe you should only trade it when it's moving a lot. And to understand that, you have to understand trading sessions. So let me show you guys what are the main trading sessions so you can be aware of when you should be trading specific things.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it, just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44.
So as you can see on our screen here, London session starts at 2 o'clock in the morning Eastern Standard Time and ends at 11 o'clock in the morning Eastern Standard Time. That just means that really anything that has to do with London or GBP, if we're talking about Forex, so if we're looking at any pair that's like GBP USD or GBP JPY, any pair that has GBP in it is going to move the most during that time window of 2 a.m. to 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Now the next session is New York session, and New York session starts at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time and ends at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So there's a window from when London session and New York session are actually overlapping, and that's from 8 a.m. to around 11 a.m. That's when London session and New York session are in effect. And that's when there's the most volume inside the markets. That's when most people trade. That's when I end up taking trades, because there's so much volume in the markets, there's so much price movement in the markets that it's easy to make a large amount of money in a small amount of time just because there's so much volume. But like I said, New York session is from 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time all the way up till 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Now, Tokyo session is the last session really of the night, and it starts at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and ends at 4 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Now, keep in mind, New York session is really when you're going to have the most movement in basically every single currency, whether you're trading NQ, ES, NG, any Forex pairs, any futures pairs. It's all going to happen within New York session for the most part, and most of the time during that 3-hour window when New York session and London session overlap. Now onto Tokyo session, realistically there's not a lot of volume in Tokyo session. It's only on specific Forex pairs that have JPY in it. So if you're trading USD JPY or GBP JPY or anything that has JPY in it, is going to be a little bit of volume during that time. But to be honest, it's not a lot of volume during Tokyo session, and that's just due to the fact that all the other sessions are kind of off at that point. London session and New York session are not happening, and the Tokyo market realistically is not that large, so there's not a lot of price action during that time. Now, it is possible to make money, and I do know people that are making a killer amount of money in Tokyo session, but the market just moves a little bit slower during Tokyo session. Okay, boom. So now that y'all understand pairs and sessions, now we have to get into the super fun stuff. This is the type of information that's going to help you make hundreds, thousands, and multiple thousands of dollars with day trading. I told you guys day trading is all about using analysis and analyzing the market to see if price is going to go up or price is going to go down, so we can make the best guess possible to end up making money inside of the markets. So there are two main type of analysis that day traders use. We use fundamental analysis. I just missed my finger. You use fundamental analysis and we use technical analysis. Fundamental analysis, all that is, it might sound weird or like you never heard of it before. All it really is news events or any like news thing that happens that has to do with that pair or that currency or that stock or that crypto that you're looking at or trying to trade. What that could be is, let's say a Tesla car just blew up. Odds are Tesla stock is going to end up going down. Or if interest rates come out, that's going to affect the markets either good or bad depending on what number came out. Or like when we had the COVID-19, like that heavily affected the markets. It's just any news event that has to do with like real life things that could either indirectly or directly affect the thing that you're trading. And what I mean by indirectly is like if God forbid a World War III happened, that would indirectly affect the market because it's not specifically anything towards the market, but it's something against people, and people get scared and end up moving money around, so it affects the market. Now, obviously, there's more direct things where, like, if Delta loses 20 planes and 100 people die, God forbid, on plane crashes, the Tesla stock is going to drop. Or if NVIDIA comes out and says they made $100 million more than they thought they were going to make, their stock price is going to go up. That's all fundamental analysis is. As a day trader, we are conscious of it, but the main thing that we use to make money and predict where price is going to go is technical analysis. And technical analysis is simply looking at charts, looking at patterns in the charts, looking at the candlesticks, looking at all the different things on the charts, and using that to predict if price is going to go up or down based on previous patterns. Now, it's extremely important that you understand technical analysis, because with technical analysis, that's how I'm able to predict if price will go up or down, and how I'm able to make thousands of dollars every single day by simply memorizing these patterns, understanding these patterns, having an eye for it, and acting when I see these things happen. Now, in this next section, I'm going to go over everything you need to know about technical analysis. I'm going to show you guys what website to use, how to understand candlesticks, how to predict price. I'm going to give you guys the full in-depth thing. I told you guys I'm going to give you guys all the information that you guys need to be able to start day trading. So let's hop into these charts. All right, so here we are on TradingView. TradingView is going to be your best friend as you're getting into trading. This is where every trader comes on to be able to look at any stock, any indice, any crypto, anything, and mark up their charts to be able to predict where price is going. Now keep in mind, TradingView is completely free. You can have paid versions of it, but as a beginner, you can just create a free account on it, and you're basically able to do everything you need to do in the beginning of your trading journey. So just come over here to tradingview.com. Now, once you do that, you can come over here to hover over products and just press super charts, and it'll take you into a chart that basically looks like this. Now, keep in mind, this, you've probably seen this if you've watched any videos on trading or even have just been on social media. There's a bunch of people that kind of post these type of things. This is called a chart. This is what we as traders look at to be able to predict what price is going to do, whether it's right now, in the next 10 minutes, in the next 5 minutes, in the next hour, the next day, week, year, whatever it is. This website is extremely vital for that. So you need to get extremely comfortable with it, and I'm going to help you do that. I'm going to break down exactly what all these things are and what you need to know about TradingView. So let's get started. So first of all, starting off up here, this panel right here just has a bunch of different tools. Think of it as basically this whole screen